Tonight on Texas News Channel, UTPD and UT Outpost team up.
Move that bus. The Blanton Museum gets ready for an extreme makeover.
And an apartment fire in West Campus.
You're watching Texas News Channel.
Your leader for live, local UT coverage. Good evening and welcome back to Texas News Channel. For Monday, February 18th, I'm Rebecca Saborio.
And I'm Mark Ramierz. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, Rebecca, it's hard to believe we're already in our 5th week of the semester, so how are things coming along with you?
Things have been really well, other than, a few tests coming up. I feel like it's been really nice.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a lot of assignments too, but we'll power through it like we always do. But
exactly.
Right. Firefighters responded to a fire on Rio Grande and West 21st Street after a resident on the 15th floor left a stovetop burner on. Although no injuries were reported, it is estimated that the incident will cost about $40,000 in damages.
Sometimes walking around the outskirts of campus can be scary. A recent Austin Transportation Department memo released the results of a lighting study. In response, short-term repairs are being made to lights that don't work. They're also trimming trees that block lights. All the changes are expected to be completed by this summer. We spoke with the West Campus Neighborhood Association to hear their thoughts.
Lighting is a big part because we are kind of like the neighborhood that never sleeps, and being able to walk around at all times and feel comfortable, feel seen, and see other people.
2018 was the deadliest year for Austin pedestrians. Pedestrian deaths accounted for a little over 40% of all traffic deaths within the city, making it the highest rate in previous years. 2 pedestrians in Austin have already been killed in 2019. The staff at TNC wants to remind everyone to look both ways before crossing busy roads.
You might use a special kind of bait for catching fish, but what kind of bait do you use for catching scooters? 2 men fishing at Lady Bird Lake discovered more than a dozen scooters in the water. Each scooter contains a 10-pound battery full of acid that could harm aquatic life if they leak. Austin transportation officials say scooter abusers who are caught will be fined. If you see a scooter in a waterway, you can call the Austin Watershed Protection Department. The number is on your screen, 512-974-2550. Dockless scooters and bikes are now getting their own parking spaces. The city is trying to encourage riders to park their scooters and bikes in areas that don't affect pedestrians and vehicles. Austin officials say there will be a total of 7 parking boxes located around the city. Some students share their thoughts.
I actually kind of like that. It's a really good way to organize things and keep things cleaner.
Don't think so, because even though we've enacted all the rules at 8 miles an hour or parking by the bike locks, it still doesn't help, especially with the people that are in a rush to school.
I think it's a great idea. It's a good implementation because the scooters just on the sidewalk pose a hazard.
I think it's a great initiative that they're putting certain areas for these scooters.
Longhorns may find this surprising, but did you know that 1 in 4 UT students deals with some sort of food insecurity?
The UT Outpost Food Bank and Career Closet is providing these students with the resources they need to succeed. Last week, they got some help from UTPD's favorite 4-legged friends. Texas News Channel's Mason Carroll shows us more.
The University of Texas Police Department and the UT Outpost have teamed up to collect food donations for the food pantry.
Oh, dang.
And introduce some new furry friends.
So we're currently collaborating with UTPD. It's a program with multiple goals. One of the goals is raise awareness about the UT Outpost. We're a fairly new program. Not everybody knows about us yet, and so this is a great opportunity to get out, meet the community, and just let the community know about the UT Outpost.
Students can vote for their favorite UTPD canine by placing a cereal box in the bin that has the pup of their choice on it. The food drive not only introduces students to the UTPD's dogs, but is also a fun way for students to donate for a good cause.
I think it's a great opportunity to get out there and interact with the students, let them know that we're out there for their safety and the purpose of the canine unit that we have on campus.
The last meet and greet will be Thursday in front of the PCL, or you can also donate and vote at the Student Activity Center.
I just feel privileged personally to be part of that, but I'm excited we're supporting Longhorns and excited to see our students really latch onto that and find an outlet to be able to support their peers.
Mason Carroll, Texas News Channel.
You can catch Officer Hall and her dog Beta this Thursday outside the PCL. And don't forget to bring your cereal boxes to vote for your favorite dogs.
A Texas man was sentenced to 8 years in prison for possessing a partially 3D printed AR-15 rifle. When police arrested Eric McGinnis in 2017, they discovered a list labeled 9/11/2001 List of American Terrorists, along with the addresses of both Democratic and Republican federal lawmakers. Prosecutors say McGinnis tried to purchase a semi-automatic rifle in 2016 but was denied, and instead used a 3D printer to make his own. So, you know, looking at all these new news sources and just like articles and stuff, it's really crazy to see how technology can both move us forward but also be very dangerous.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about these 3D printers, and it's just incredible what kind of dangerous things they can produce.
Exactly.
It's just crazy.
Right, right. Well, coming up on Texas News Channel.
How an aerospace engineer student is making a difference for women in STEM.
And we're still a month away from spring, but the spring showers are coming in early. Your 7-day forecast is coming up after the break.
In honor of Black History Month, TNC will be highlighting UT's Black community.
Michaela Dunn is a UT Aerospace Engineering student and one of 30 women across the world to receive the Brooke Owens Fellowship. This honor provides more opportunities for women in STEM worldwide. Our reporter, Mason Carroll, has the story.
Michaela Dunn's love for space started when she was only 6 years old. Now she is one of 30 women around the world chosen for the Brooke Owens Fellowship.
Brooke Owens Fellowship is basically a fellowship aimed towards females that are in aerospace. It gets them into companies and gets them internships as well as mentorships just to help us move further along in the workforce as women.
Dunn says she almost did not apply for the fellowship, but applied anyways because of the support from her parents and advisor.
And I was like, yeah, this is Michaela. And they're like, oh, this is so-and-so from the Brooke Owens Fellowship, just letting you know that you are officially a 2019 Brookie. And I just broke down. I was sobbing on the phone. It really just feels like a win for me. It's been a tough 4 years, and you know, going into my 5th year, I know it's still going to be tough, but this just felt like something material that I could grab onto, you know.
Basically, I just saw this something that she has dreamt about her entire life, and it's like a dream that's becoming true.
Dunn aspires to be the role model she never had growing up for the women of color in the STEM industry.
I think that if you give everyone that same platform, you can show women and, you know, women of color that they are the same. They are, if not more capable. I think that's really important because it's so easy to say, oh, you run like a girl, you act like a girl, you dress like a girl. But what about you do math like a girl, you engineer like a girl? Like, it's so important.
Mason Carroll, Texas News Channel.
If your phone went missing during ACL Weekend 1, you might be in luck. Investigators in Florida found a package with the phones shipped from Austin. The FBI has charged and deported 3 Colombian nationalists for trafficking stolen property across state lines. You can go to the website on your screen to see if your phone was recovered.
The Blanton's about to get a whole new look. The museum received a $20 million donation from the Moody Foundation. Our Paola Quiros lets us know what the money will do for the museum and Austin.
Donated $20 million to the Blanton Museum of Art on February 10. The foundation grants money to organizations that have educated, healed, nurtured, and inspired generations of Texans. With this donation, the museum will begin its next phase of expansion. The goal is to create an iconic destination and become an Austin landmark.
The Blanton Museum recognizes that Austin is a very outdoors-oriented city. The director of marketing and communications for the Blanton said that the museum will work to transform its grounds to meet the needs of the people.
It's going to make the exterior of the museum just more accessible. I think it's going to become more versatile. It's going to allow us to expand our programming from some of the programs, like I said, some of the music. It'll allow us to bring that to the exterior, to the outside, so people can enjoy it. And I think it's going to become a place where people will want to hang out and just kind of be like Austin's patio, and just a nice place for people to go and feel connected to the art.
Right across the street, the reimagined Texas Capitol Complex is being built. The vision for it is to create a public green space to form a pedestrian mall. Stankovich said they're making sure the Blanton's redesign is in line with the Capitol Complex's plan so that the whole area becomes a cultural district. Paola Quiroz, Texas News Channel.
Valentine's Day might be over, but love is still in the air here at UT. The famous Tower Girl, a peregrine falcon that lives in UT's tower, has been spotted with an unknown suitor. Last year, Tower Girl's potential mate fled the nest early, leaving her eggs unfertilized. However, if her new beau stays long enough, we have a good chance of seeing some baby falcons soon. So, you know, I gotta admit, I just really love falcons. I think they're absolutely adorable. So yeah, I mean,
I've heard a lot about Tower Girl, but I'm glad that she has a partner now.
Same.
So it's really exciting for her.
I agree. So now that Tower Girl has a special someone to keep her warm, I wonder if the weather will do the same for us. Let's see what Brianna has for us over in the Weather Center. Brianna?
Thanks, Rebecca. Well, Texas weather is back to its old, confusing game. We had record-breaking heat last week, but this week we'll need our umbrellas. I'll have more after the break. Welcome back to Texas News Channel. Today was mostly cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 43. However, there are some early signs of spring blooming around Austin. Look at these bluebonnets. The Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center says the rain we've had over the past couple weeks is the reason we're seeing the state flower early this year. Tomorrow, we're expecting the first rainy day of many this week, so make sure to pack your raincoat and an umbrella. We'll have a high of 47 and a low of 40 degrees. Wednesday, we'll see some sun in the high 60s and a low of 42. On Thursday, I expect some light rain and a high near 60 degrees and a low close to 50. That light rain moving in will turn into storms this Friday. Friday's high will be 70 and the low will be 57. The storms will continue into Saturday with a high of 77 and a low of 48. Sunday brings a new week and a break from the rain. We'll have a partly cloudy day with a high of 69 and a low of 41. I think it's time to plan a mini trip out of town to escape the storms. In the meantime, I'll try to stay dry and you should too. Live in the Weather Center, Brianna Rodriguez.
Thanks, Brianna. We'll be right back with sports. Welcome back. Tonight we are joined by Justin Morris, who is here to catch us up on how Texas men's basketball fared this past week.
Thanks for having me on. On Tuesday night, the Longhorns men's basketball team took on the best team in the Big 12, the Kansas State Wildcats. Let's take it to the Frank Irwin Center for the highlights. Matthew McConaughey in the building, the new Minister of Culture for Texas Athletics. Starting us off, Snoop Kerwin Roach drives in, makes the layup. Texas gets started hot and fast. Freshman Courtney Ramey takes it to Jericho Sims, makes a slam dunk. But McCall Mawian from the Wildcats is going to get his revenge, and he puts Sims on a poster. Ties the game up at 24. Snoop again tosses it up, makes a definite good layup. Mike McGurl from beyond the arc for the Wildcats, and that's going to go in. Next we got Snoop to Osakowski. Then to freshman Courtney Ramey. He's been really hot lately for three, and that solidifies the lead at the halftime, 39-35 at the half, and the drum is hyped. It's all downhill from there. As Mawian again in the paint, K-State takes over from there. Fast forward, freshman Jackson Hayes dunk. Horns only down by 3 at this point, and it's not good enough, as there is a costly turnover, and the Horns are defeated 71-64 and fall to 14-11.
Thank you, Justin. In the last 2 games, we have seen 2 different Texas teams. What was the difference between these two home games?
So Texas was comfy in the first half against Kansas State, and they just kind of let it slip by. They couldn't close. But there's also a big difference in competition between OK State and Kansas State. Kansas State being the best team in the Big 12, Oklahoma State, not so much.
I see. Well, Texas has 5 games left before the Big 12 tournament. What does the team need to tweak before the Big 12 tournament and the possible NCAA tournament?
Well, it seems kind of obvious, but Texas needs to win. They're a bubble team, so they need to make sure that they win confidently. Confidence is a big booster for this Texas team, and they need to make sure they win their last 2 games here in Austin, and they need to beat OU this coming Saturday.
Sounds good. The Longhorns are heading to Norman this Saturday to face the rival Sooners. What does Texas need to do to make sure they come out with a win on Saturday in a hostile environment?
They need to focus, and they don't want to repeat against Kansas State like last Tuesday. Don't underestimate this OU team. They're not that good, but still don't underestimate them. It's going to be scary in Norman, but it should be a very good game.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you on, Justin. Let's head over to Hal to see what's new in Hollywood. Hal?
Thanks, Rebecca. Coming up next, we'll talk about the Frozen 2 trailer and the most recent Oscars controversy. We'll be right back with that and more for your entertainment news. Welcome back to Texas News Channel. The Oscars faced backlash after trying to change which categories are broadcasted live. Cinematography, film editing, live action shorts, and makeup and hair were excluded to raise how many people were watching. But they received criticism from actors and directors who didn't agree with the changes. In result, the categories will be re-included. Disney made a teaser for Frozen 2 and let it go to the masses. The trailer quickly hit over 116 million views on YouTube, making it their most viewed animated trailer in 24 hours. Main characters Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf return in the film, as well as a few new characters. The film is set to release in theaters this November. The U.S. Copyright Office denied legal rights to a pretty popular dance move. Actor Alfonso Ribeiro made this dance famous on the 90s hit show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. A judge ruled in favor of the video game creators of Fortnite and NBA 2K16. Copyright law says full choreography can be copyrighted, but not a basic move cannot. That's it for me, live from the Entertainment Center. I'm Hal Riley.
Thanks, Hal. And thank you for tuning in. If you have a news tip, email us at news@texasstudenttv.com. Be sure to follow us for news updates throughout the week. You can follow us on Twitter at Texas News TSTV and like us on Facebook.
Good Morning Texas goes live on Wednesday morning at 7, and Tower Talks is back Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Don't miss it. I'm Marco Ramierz.
And I'm Rebecca Saborio. Have a great night.